Welcome to college football. Now I am Will Scott here just days before National Signing Day, and we're getting you guys a video talking about the top 25 classes. And yeah, a lot could change here in the next few days, but the list we're about to show you is what the top 25 looks like right now. And we're going to have you posted. We're going to have you covered with recruiting news, portal news, NFL draft videos as well. Go down, subscribe to the channel, and if you turn on your notifications, you will get an alert every single time we put out a video. As I mentioned, National Signing Day coming up. We're going to get you guys the top 25 recruiting classes, the composite rankings. National Signing Day on Wednesday, December 21st. At least that's the first signing day. They still call it the early signing period. A heavy majority of players that are already committed are expected to sign on Wednesday, and we're probably going to see some pretty big commitments before then and on that day as well. So let's get in to the top 25. Michigan State coming in, just making the top 25 here. Mel Tucker, a disappointing season for his program this year, not even making a bowl game. So next season, going to be really important for his team. Baylor under Dave Aranda, number 24 here. They had somewhat of a disappointing season as well after winning the Big 12 last year. Texas Tech, they're certainly going in the right direction here. They're in the top 25 ahead of their conference rival Baylor. Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin, number 22. Kiffin seems to prioritize the transfer portal. They had the number one portal class last year. They're going to make some noise in the portal again this year, but they're also in the top 25, as well as Utah, the Pac-12 champs. They beat USC twice this year, but not necessarily beating them here in the recruiting rankings. We'll talk about USC here in a second. Now, do you like the early signing day? Because I'm old enough to remember not too long ago when National Signing Day was just in February, and you didn't have this early signing period. Type L for like or type D for dislike down in the comment section. I'll tell you this. The new coaches, coming in like Deion Sanders, maybe not a fan of the early signing day because they're under a little bit more pressure. They don't have as much time as they would have for the February signing day. Let's get into the top 20. Thought Michigan was going to be higher, to be honest, but they're number 20 here under Jim Harbaugh, undefeated season. They're on their way to the college football playoff. How about Shane Beamer, man? Top 20 recruiting class at South Carolina after an 8-win season there, beating two top 10 teams to finish out the regular season. Florida State at 18. Mike Norvell was very much on the hot seat coming into this year, but a really solid season for him there. 9 wins with the chance at a 10th win for their bowl game. And then Arkansas, number 17. A little bit disappointing under Sam Pittman this year, but he certainly has that program moving in the right direction. And then Sonny Dykes and TCU, they're playoff bound, much like Michigan, number 16 here in the top 25 rankings. 4-star safety Jamel Johnson committed to them just 2 days ago. That was a really big pickup for their defense. Want to shout out Fetch. Thanks to them for sponsoring today's show. Super easy to use, and it's a free app that lets you scan your receipts and turn those receipts into free gift cards. You don't have to worry about where the receipt is from or what's on it. So let me show you how simple it is with this video. All you do is open up the Fetch app, press the orange camera button, and snap a photo of your receipt. Then hit submit, and you'll see that confetti pop showing that you've earned more rewards points. It's a simple process. You can also click the e-receipt function to get rewarded for your Amazon purchases or other online shopping by syncing your email account. Then you can redeem those points for gift cards at Amazon, Starbucks, or any of the hundreds of retailers that are available on this app. The app is available on iPhone and Android. Use our link, chatsports.com/fetch, promo code chat to get 5,000 points when you scan your first receipt. But that deal is only available for a limited time, so go and take advantage of it. Chatsports.com/fetch, promo code chat. Link promo code in the comments and the description of this video. On to the top 15. Texas A&M last season finished with the highest-rated recruiting class of all time. And producer Nick Roloff, do you know what they finished with this year?
That'd be 5-8.
5-7 record.
5-7.
5-7 record for Jimbo Fisher and the Aggies. It's hard to say he's on the hot seat because if they fired him after next season, they'd owe him like $85 million. But this is a big year for him, and right now they only have 13 commits, number 15, though, in the recruiting class rankings. They got to make some noise in the transfer portal as well, but they have a lot of guys leaving in the transfer portal. And then Lincoln Riley and USC. I expect them to be a lot higher than 14 before this is all said and done. Oregon, number 13. Dan Lanning certainly has that program moving in a good direction. They should have been better than 9-3. It felt like they were in some games they should have won, obviously. Penn State, number 12, and then Florida, number 11. They just got routed by Oregon State in the Vegas Bowl. They're number 11, though, in the recruiting class rankings, and Billy Napier has to have a big year, too, or he's going to be under some pressure in Gainesville. Where does your team rank? Go down in the comments section. Let me know. Y'all in the top 25, not the top 25. I'm a Syracuse alum. We're nowhere close to the top 25, but hey, we're bowl bound, so there you have it. Into the top 10, Clemson, number 10 with 25 commits. They're always going to be in the top 10. Dabo Swinney, obviously a phenomenal recruiter. And then how about Josh Heupel, man? The job that he's done at Tennessee. I wasn't crazy about that hire when it happened. They have a 10-win regular season. They're going to a major bowl game. They're number 9 here in the recruiting class rankings with 24 commits. And then Oklahoma, look, they only won 6 games this year, but thank goodness for that program that they're at least having a good recruiting class here. Number 7 is Ohio State. They have 20 commits. Notre Dame, how about Marcus Freeman, man? They got off to a really bad start, losing to Marshall. They turn their season around, end up with a pretty solid regular season, and have a really, really good recruiting class coming in. Now, will they make the playoff in 2023? Might be a hot take. I'm going to say yes, but type Y for yes, type in for no down in the comment section. Is Notre Dame going to get in? Let's get into the top 5. LSU coming in at number 5, and I thought Brian Kelly, people saying he wasn't a culture fit. Well, he won 9 games in year 1. Won the SEC West, and now is a top 5 recruiting class. So I think Brian Kelly's doing a pretty solid job in Baton Rouge. They brought in a really big commitment the other day. Javian Tavani committed earlier this week, 4-star corner, Tavano, out of Arlington, Texas. Miami coming in at number 4. They had a disappointing season. They didn't make a bowl game, but a top 5 class for them. And then Texas, obviously Arch Manning, the highlight of that class, the number 1 overall player in the country. Not just quarterback in the country, but overall player in the country according to the 24/7 composite. They have 22 commits, their top 3. Georgia, number 2. Bama, number 1, even though it was, it's hard to say disappointing season for Bama, but they certainly didn't meet expectations, not making the college football playoff, but they still have the number 1 class. 5-star safety Caleb Downs out of Georgia is their top recruit. Anthony Hill, by the way, for Texas. He committed to them just a few days ago, the number 1 linebacker in the country. Miami, they're keeping a lot of guys in state. 16 of their 24 commits are from Florida. Who will finish with the number 1 class? Will Bama stay on top? Will Georgia overtake Bama? LSU, Texas, let me know. Is Texas A&M going to come out of nowhere and throw $30 million to try to get number 1 class again? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Go down, hit that big red subscribe button. We're going to have you posted with the latest recruiting news and rumors leading up to National Signing Day on Wednesday.